Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it is Saturday BOLO Day. We do a deep dive into many items that sold over the prior week and tell you a little bit about them. So start talking.
All right, here we go. I guess we put my best one up first. Bruce Springsteen autograph framed Born in the USA album cover with COA. I think I took a $400 offer on this, which not too shabby. I had it maybe about a year or so.
Now, where would you have picked something like that up?
This gentleman had a collection of almost 100 framed signed celebrity and music photos. And
Oh, wow.
Some had letters with them, some had COAs. This one had a COA. Looked good from all the other ones online. And obviously the person that bought it agreed.
And there's no record, just the album cover?
Well, someone did email me about that. I didn't want to take it apart and ruin the frame, so I just didn't. I said I don't know if it is or isn't, so I don't know if it would make any. It really shouldn't make much difference in value, even if it's a $20 record, But
Yeah, you should be able to buy that record elsewhere.
I would think the record would be in there, but who knows?
Interesting.
Yeah. All right.
But I noticed, if you go back real quick,
Yeah.
I noticed that your lister did say just cover, so that's probably a smart thing to do.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, you didn't know your lister was so smart?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why it's sold. Next up, Ra Stargate figure from Hasbro, $22. I think I got the whole 22 out of this one. It was on sale, but can't argue that. It doesn't look like much. Maybe they didn't make a lot of them, but someone wanted to pay $22 for it.
Is that an old Toys R Us sticker on that?
Looks to be, yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
You probably bought it at closeout at Toys R Us when it was left 80% off.
So when you see these for $1 or $2 unopened, do not walk by them. You can make $20.
That's true.
Next up, S&B, okay, new without tags. Is that what that means? Yes. NCAA Ohio State Buckeyes, red, black varsity jacket, men's small. I think somehow this was at my house with all of our jackets when I was going through my old ones, and I said, no one in the family is going to wear this. I don't know where it came from, but we sold it for $50.
No, I didn't grow up in Ohio. I wouldn't wear an Ohio State shirt.
Yeah, you would not wear that. Yeah, as much as you say you would. Yeah, it is a small, so it might fit you.
No, I'm the fat guy in the show now, remember?
Oh, yeah, true. Next up,
pay any attention?
Super Mario Brothers Nintendo Power Lot of 5 magnets vintage.
Easy for you to say.
I think they paid almost a full price. I think $45 was the offer on it, and I was glad to take it.
Now, how were those distributed? Were they with the magazine, or were they like a mail-in?
I'm going to be honest, I've never seen them in my life, so I don't know where they came from. It must have been in some deal. My lister found them, listed them, and they sold.
Now,
they look to be unopened in little packages for each one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So the Nintendo Power is... That's what I was trying to figure out, because it looked like some were open, some weren't, but the Nintendo Power is...
Like if you went into a video game store, they may have these on the shelf for $5, 20 years ago.
But that's the kind of thing that I could find just digging around. Some dealer could have it just sitting up in their pile
they're
for
probably
$1
worth
a piece.
the same with or without the open. They're probably going to open up and use them anyway, so they're probably still worth $50 alone without the the original.
No, it's good to know. It's the kind of thing I could find. Yeah.
Willie Mays, God rest his soul. Is that right? W3Ls, i.e. Mays. Giants.
Willie Mays.
1958 Topps card 486. This was listed a couple years ago. Obviously sold because it's passing. Looks to be in VG condition or excellent, as the lister said. And I think I got about $70 for this.
Actually, what they did is they did not. They capitalized the first I.
There you go. Because the W wasn't. It was just a typo.
Yeah.
There you go. And it's still sold.
No, well, I would hope it still shows up in a search. I would hope.
All right, next up, I have a couple of boxes of these floating around for probably a year, and I told one of my listeners, I go, you know what, you're doing oversized stuff, just list these, and they're oversized newspaper magazines. New York Press, Charles Manson, 1998, $40, one bid. Can't argue with that. It might be worth a little more if you put it in the store long term, but we put everything, I think, for $25 to $40. So, have you had New York Press? Because I haven't had them.
The only time I ever saw them was when you asked me before, when you were gloating, if I had them or not.
I had 2 big boxes of them. There weren't a lot with stars on the cover, but that is, I guess, you could call them some type of star.
Somebody famous, celebrity or famous,
another jacket from the Leone collection. Starter Team USA Red, White, Blue jacket, vintage men's medium, and I did wear this, 40 years ago, and went for $45.
I was just going to ask, when was that out?
Yeah, it could have been
90s?
like mid-'80s, probably.
80s?
Yeah, I was definitely not in high school at that point. It was before that, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that actually seems kind of low for
it could be,
being that old.
But it didn't sell in auctions.
At auction,
that's why I got the best offer. So, hey, I'm not complaining.
No, right.
Last up, Michael Jordan Bulls 1991 Upper Deck MVP. This is actually a hologram. The lister put silver refractor, and it took 3 years to sell for $9. But it's a very common card. There's millions of these out there. If you see them for $1, you pick them up. You could probably make some money on it.
And that was in the standard set.
Yeah, it was an insert. Yeah. So
nice.
Cool.
And the other problem that sometimes you have with cards like that is how to photograph it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the glare, sometimes...
You never know if you're going to get the other picture clear where the 23 is blurry or that one, depending on the angle of the scan and so forth.
Yep. So that's something other to look out for when you're doing it. You may need to take potentially multiple, or maybe you'd be able to get one with the other one clear and that one put multiple pictures. Obviously, you wouldn't do that for a $9 card.
Right.
But somebody else might want to end up doing that as well.
Yeah.
First item, I'm stunned it took this long to sell. Boys Baseball Bronco Regional Tournament. However, this was a million years ago when I listed this. Moundsville, West Virginia, Marshall County. Now when I listed it, if I were to come across another one, which I probably shouldn't buy if it took 16 years to sell, but if I were to come across another one, what I would actually do is I would take pictures of the rosters and all that stuff.
Right.
Somebody probably was in that, and it probably could have sold 10 years ago if the roster were in it. Nobody ever asked me, but they probably came across it and said, I wonder if I was in there. Oh, well, and they moved on. Whereas if they saw the name of their family member or something like that.
Sure.
So do buy things like this. Do not list them the way that I did. Next thing, Presidents of the United States. Great, man. 1980s unused notebook, Ronald Reagan, Lincoln. It basically literally is an unused notebook. There are a few of those up there as well. It's not an uncommon notebook. I ended up taking $15 on it, so I think I probably lead the league in notebooks sold.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Those are the kind of things, though, that I go and buy when I see them, because a lot of other people don't buy notebooks. You can find them if you go to an estate sales. Everybody at an estate sale has that one room that has the stuff, the office supply stuff in it. It's got the manila folders, it's got the stapler, it's got the tape, it's got the pens and the pencils and the rulers. Sometimes you can find unused notebooks in there as well. Scarf them up.
Cool.
Up next, Mexican restaurant business card calendar, 1959. $32 out of a business card. Very, very happy with that. Can't argue with that.
That name with the X, I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks very familiar, like they actually make chips nowadays
with
that name. It looks very familiar to me.
They very well may, yeah.
They're like organic chips or something. They're real good. They got them at like Wegmans, and they came in a separate area. But I'm pretty sure it's an XO something like that.
No.
So they might still be around. Maybe that's why they wanted it. Yeah. Maybe they started small like that, and now they're worldwide known for their chips.
Yeah. They're the city's best and only real Mexican food house, in case you were wondering.
Go to the fake ones.
Is Chi-Chi still around? I don't know.
I think they are.
But none back here as well. They were making hot
famous hot sauce.
Sauce back then.
Yeah.
1959 on that. But again, $32 out of a business card.
Awesome, yeah.
And the beautiful thing about stuff like that, it's easy to store.
Yep.
The other beautiful thing about stuff like that, you're not going to pay a lot of money for it when you get down to it. You're in an estate sale and you've got a pile of stuff and you put that in a pile, 9 times out of 10 they're not even going to count it.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. Up next, we lost the mouse. There it is. The Burning Iroquois Sheet Music, 1904 Chicago Theater Fire, Edward Stanley. I took a $30 offer on this. Not in the best of shape over there. Tear up spine, tape up spine, some dirt, and tears around. I brought that up. If you've never done research on the Iroquois, it was in Chicago. It basically was the reason we have a lot of the various rules now. Basically, long story short, the curtain caught on fire, and there weren't the right fire exits and all that kind of stuff, and people ended up dying because of that. And because of that tragedy, a lot of the laws they have in place now for buildings and well-marked exits and all that stuff came around because of that. So it's actually a historically very, very important event. So I just wanted to bring it up there. Just look it up, read about it. It is a tragedy, but they also had sheet music about it. Up next, I don't know why people don't just buy me out at Whatnot. I really don't understand it. I picked this up, put it over at Whatnot. I said, it'll sell at Whatnot. It didn't sell at Whatnot for a $3 bid. So I brought it over to eBay, and guess what happened to it?
15.
Something might have been 10 plus shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 plus shipping. So 15 overall,
Yeah.
16 overall. For just a Jello box. Didn't know the date on it. There's no UPC on it, so it's
70s.
pre
Yeah,
that.
70s.
I said
I'd agree with
70s,
you.
yeah. But again, it was offered over on Whatnot, and nobody wanted money. The interesting thing, though, same day, different buyer.
Wow.
The Greater Jello Recipe Book, 1931, in 6 fruit flavors. For some reason or other, I was the king of Jello that day. When they were doing searches on Jello, my items were coming up, so don't know why. When this sold, when I woke up the next morning and saw the box sold and this sold, I said, "Oh, somebody went and bought a couple of Jello items."
Yeah.
When I saw there were 2 different people buying them, I was absolutely stunned. I said, "Why?" That's been listed since 2022. Why? And that just goes to show you absolutely never know what's going on with eBay. And the final item we had was 37 pounds. L'art de vérifier les dates, des faits historiques.
Wow.
Volumes 1 through 5, 1818 through 1820, a 5-volume set. Took a $220 offer on it. Now, unfortunately, shipping was $30-some on it, something like that, because it was so heavy. But it can go medium mail, obviously, given that it's books.
Yeah.
Crazy thing about it, I'm going to pull a Mr. Magazine right here. I've never seen this before in my life. Unlikely, given that I took 14 pictures, but I have no idea at all where I got this from, who I got it from, where it came from.
I'm sure you didn't pay much. If you paid $1 a book, you paid $5.
Yeah, I'm certain I made money, yes. Yeah. Yes, I picked it up probably at a sale or a throw-in on some deal or something other like that.
Yeah.
Very, very happy with the sale like that. And you know what else would make me very, very happy, Mr. Magazine?
If they hit the like button.
You do know. Hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.